The shattered mug pieces on the floor. Elena is scrambling, grabbing a backpack, her hands shaking violently. I was standing there, confused and scared. I had never seen fear like that. It wasn't the fear of getting caught doing something wrong. It was the fear of an animal that knows the trap has finally snapped shut. We have to go. Back door, fire escape. Leave your phone, Maya. They can track the GPS. Elena, stop! You're not making sense. Who is he? Why is a guy in a suit chasing a broke art student? Elena stops. She grips my shoulders. Her eyes are wild, but her grip is weak, like a bird's claw. Because I stole something from them, Maya. I stole my own life, and they want it back. I didn't ask any more questions. I grabbed my coat. If Elena was running, I was running. That's what best friends do. We are the shield for each other's wars. I need to ask you something real quick. Would you drop everything and run if your best friend asked you to? No questions asked? If you're a ride or die friend, type loyalty in the comments right now. But before we continue with the part 2 of this story, please like and subscribe. And don't forget to tell us where you are watching from for a special shout out in the next video. Today's shout out goes to Andra from Texas. Thanks for watching and supporting. We sneak out the back fire escape of the brick building. It's raining hard. We ran down a wet alleyway, splashing through puddles, hoods up. We made it 3 blocks. We were heading for the subway station, trying to disappear into the crowd. Elena was moving fast, fueled by adrenaline. But adrenaline is a dangerous fuel when your engine is broken. And Elena's engine was failing. Okay, we lost him. I don't see the car. Elle, you need to breathe. You're turning gray. Elena's lean against a shelf of cereal boxes. She is clutching her chest. Sweat is beading on her forehead despite the cold. I'm okay. Just dizzy. Need sugar. She reached for a box of granola bars, but her hand didn't make it. It happened in slow motion. Her eyes rolled back, showing the whites. Her knees just gave up. There was no sound, no cry for help, just the heavy, sickening thud of her body hitting the linoleum floor. I scream, dropping the water bottle. I drop to my knees beside Elena. Elena was unconscious, looking like a broken doll. Elena! Elena, wake up! I checked for a pulse. It was there, but it was wrong. It wasn't a steady thump, thump. It was a flutter, like a butterfly trapped in a jar, beating its wings against the glass, trying to get out. Call 911, now! In that moment, I broke my promise. No doctors, no hospitals. That's what she had begged me. But I looked at her blue lips, and I knew if I kept that promise, I would be planning her funeral. So I let the sirens come. The paramedics came and lowered Elena onto a stretcher, the red lights of the ambulance flashing on my wet face. In the hospital waiting room, it's bleak, crowded, and smells of antiseptic. Hospitals are different when you're poor. You don't get the private room. You get the plastic chair in the hallway. You get the judgmental look from the receptionist when you say, "She doesn't have insurance." I sat there for 3 hours. My clothes were drying on my body, making me shiver. I held Elena's fake ID in my hand. Elena Smith. Even her last name was a lie. A doctor in blue scrubs walks out. He looks tired and serious. He approaches me. Family of Elena Smith? I'm her sister. Well, not biological, but I'm all she has. Is she okay? She's stable, but Miss Smith is very lucky to be alive. Does she know she has hypertrophic cardiomyopathy? Hyper what? Her heart muscle is abnormally thick. It's genetic. It makes it hard for the heart to pump blood. Usually, people with this condition are diagnosed as children. They have pacemakers, medication, monitoring. She has nothing. The doctor looks at his clipboard, confused. It's like she's a ghost in the medical system. No records, no history. And looking at the scarring on her heart, she's been suffering for a long time. A ghost. That word again. Elena had erased herself to stay free, but her body kept the score. Then came the second blow. A billing coordinator walks up with a clipboard. She looks sympathetic, but firm. We need to discuss payment options. The emergency stabilization, the MRI, the overnight stay. Without insurance, the initial estimate is around $12,000. $12,000. We struggled to pay $40 for rent. The number was so big it felt imaginary. We can't pay that. Can't you just bill us later? We can set up a plan, but we need her real information. Social security number, next of kin. I looked at the form. If I filled it out, I was signing her death warrant with the people she ran from. If I didn't, she wouldn't get the treatment she needed to live. I was holding the pen, my hand shaking, when the air in the waiting room changed.
The automatic doors of the ER waiting room slide open. The sound of rain is loud for a second. Two figures walk in. The atmosphere shifts from chaotic to icy. You know how in nature documentaries, the gazelle freezes when the lion walks into the clearing? That's what happened to the room. It was Silas, the man from the black car. He was dry, holding a large umbrella. And next to him was a woman, Beatrice Vance, 50s, sharp, expensive suit, perfect hair, pearls. She looks like a politician's wife. She looks out of place in the dirty ER waiting room. She didn't look like a mother worried about her child. She looked like a CEO checking on a damaged shipment. They walked straight to the nurse's station. Silas flashed a badge. Not a police badge, but something private, gold and heavy.
We are here for Elena Vance. We are transferring her to a private facility. Sir, you can't just... Beatrice, cutting her off, voice like smooth glass. I am her mother, and I have the medical power of attorney. She is a minor under the trust's protection. She's 24. She's not a minor. Beatrice turned slowly to look at me. Her eyes are cold, calculating. She looked at me up and down, seeing the wet hoodie and ripped jeans. And you must be the roommate, the charity case. I'm her best friend, and she doesn't want to go with you. Listen to me, little girl. Elena is dying. Her heart is functioning at 15%. You can keep her here in this sewer with a bill you can't pay and watch her die by morning. Or, Silas steps forward, looming behind Beatrice. Or, you let us take her to the best surgeons in the country. We have a donor lined up. We can save her. The choice hung in the air like a guillotine blade. Freedom or life? Elena wanted freedom, but I loved her too much to let her die for it. Save her. I watched them wheel her out. Elena was still unconscious. They loaded her into a private ambulance that looked more like a spaceship than a medical vehicle. Beatrice stopped before she got in. She didn't say thank you. She handed me a card. Come to the estate tomorrow. We have paperwork for you to sign if you ever want to see her again. And just like that, they took her. But I wasn't going to just sign papers. I was going to find out why. Why did a family with billions of dollars hide their daughter in the foster system? Why was she terrified of them? I went home. I dug through the trash can where Elena had thrown that envelope. I smoothed out the coffee-stained papers. And that's when I saw the truth. It's a genealogy chart. At the top, it says Vance Dynasty. Next to Elena's name, there is a red stamp. The stamp didn't say daughter. It said asset, defective, do not breed. They didn't want to save her because they loved her. They wanted to save her because she was the last piece of a puzzle they needed to control the election. And I had just handed her back to the monsters. Wait, defective? Can you imagine your own parents stamping that on your file? If that makes your blood boil, hit that subscribe button. We are about to go to war for Elena in the part 3.